Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and today, as it's Green Monday, I decided to go for a drive around the various beaches and outdoor places in Paphos to see how the local Cypriots celebrated the day. I'm starting out in the picnic site in the forest above Peyia, and there's a barbecue area here which is already chock full of cars. I filmed this this was midday I started. So they're just getting there. And from here we're going to go down to just above White River Beach. I'm not going to show you the full route, because this film, if I showed you the complete one, it would be over 2 hours long. So once I finish with my little explainer, we're going to jump straight there. Green Monday itself, also known as Clean Monday, Pure Monday, Ash Monday, or Monday of Lent, is a public holiday in Greece and Cyprus, where it is celebrated with outdoor excursions and the consumption of shellfish and other fasting food. So that's what it's about. Basically, people go out and have barbecues and fly kites. And to be honest, I saw an awful lot of meat being cooked, but I'm not going to tell anyone if you don't. Now, in previous years, I've driven over the Agios on Green Monday to fly kites and film people having barbecues. But this year, I'm going to stick more to the residential areas, populated areas is a better word. Anyway, so if you're going to the Agios and you've got the appropriate insurance, you should take that turning there and take the rather bumpy route. But I'm going to be going only as far as White River Gorge, so I want the next turning. And they've actually improved that recently, and it threw me a bit by surprise because I wasn't sure which part of it I needed to take, as you'll see in a minute. Here it comes. It used to be what looked like a bit like a dirt track, but now they've got this central reservation. I wasn't sure which side to go, and I think I picked the wrong one. That's a really weird place to have a lamppost as well. But anyway, now we're heading down towards White River Gorge. This road is closed, but it goes as far as I want, so that's okay. Before we get there, though, there is a little necropolis which I featured in articles, and that's just up here on the right. I'll show you where you need to park for that. Every time I go down here, I think they built a new villa. It's on the borders of the Agios, and anyway, here is the place you need to stop, and basically there's a little path that runs up by that sign there, and if you go up there you'll find the little necropolis. It's well worth a visit if you're in the area. But we're here to concentrate on Green Monday, and you'll see quite a few cars now that have been pitched up, and they'll be having barbecues and flying the odd kite. Now, in previous years this has been quite a bit busier, and I was quite surprised at how little activity there was up here. But this isn't saying that the Cypriots haven't been out celebrating Green Monday, because you'll see later on in the film it gets very busy in places, but you can see a few kites now. And we'll go down to the where the road's closed. And then we'll jump to Agios Georgios Harbour, where there's a bit more activity. Yes, I had expected there to be a lot more cars here. Looks like that lady's turning around. Come on out of the way. So, in future times, you'll just be able to drive down here on a swanky new road straight through the Agios to Lava Bay, etc. But for now, we are in approaching the harbour, and there already you can see a lot of cars around here. Not normally this busy, and lots more heading towards the harbour. Little shop disappearing for the day. And you can park up top, but I wanted to go down the beach area itself, and already you can see lots of cars. And that area is normally completely free of cars, and it's not the best thing in the world to drive on either. But they've made it their own. Now I'll go down to the harbour first, and I'll have a little look through there. Look at all those kites though. And it's a safe place to fly them here as well, because you'll see later there are quite a few kites caught in telegraph poles, which isn't a most sensible thing in the world to do. So perhaps they need those information films we used to get in the UK with that weird cat. I'm not going to do the voice of that though. And here's the harbour. There's a couple of kites. And once I've shown you the water, we'll go back to that area we saw just a minute ago. I think that's the same car who was in front of me before. And what I like is they seem to just park their cars and then they just put their barbecues right next to where they parked. You'll see that more clearly soon. There's some over there, eating behind. And there are a lot of kites here. A hopeful ice cream seller. Now when I got here, I assumed that this was the spot that all the locals in Paphos came to, because I'd never seen it this busy before. But compared to what we're going to see later, this is absolutely nothing. For a start, I've got plenty of space to turn around in here. Now we're going to head towards Coral Bay. I'm not going to show you the full route, but we're turning right here to get towards Cap St George, which is a big resort and it seems to be getting bigger. And we're driving through the resort now. If you want to see the full route, then just do a search on our YouTube channel, because we've published it before on many occasions. And from there we lead up to sea caves, and I'm showing you this bit just so you know where we're turning. It's because it's not signposted from this end, and it always annoys me. But you need to turn there, and that will take you down to sea caves. And to be honest, I think I saw one kite down here. This whole between here and I'm showing you the film of sea caves because it's pretty, but I mean between here and Coral Bay, there weren't many kites. Now we're coming up to the wreck of the Edro III. No one was flying a kite there, but I kind of feel obliged to show it to you anyway, because it's such a popular place and I like it too. Some people don't like it, some people see the wreck as an eyesore, and each to their own, but I don't. I think it's an addition to the environment. And that's where you turn to come to the left of the wreck, and I normally go this side because you can get a better view of it for when you're flying the drone. I didn't have the drone with me today though. I wanted to stay focused on Green Monday. Right, that's enough of the wreck. Now we're heading into Coastline Beach, and last time I was here the car park was closed, but it's opened again now, and I think they've been doing some work on the actual beach itself. I need to pop down at some point next week to check it out some more. There's someone flying a kite in the car park. But surprisingly, the sunbeds are all out already. I say surprisingly because a lot of Cypriots still consider it to be winter. Anyway, that was Coastline Beach. Now we're just having a brief look around Coral Bay Beach, and there wasn't much in the way of kite flying here either. And at this point I was beginning to think that I'd seen the most of the activity at Agios Georgios. Because Coral Bay Beach was positively empty. It might also be, but the local population may well steer clear of this because it's such a tourist place, and go to the, I wouldn't say less well known, but less touristy, I suppose. And given that it's March and there aren't many tourists around, this place is quite empty. Didn't stop me coming out, take a picture out. Now we're heading, there's a couple of kites there. This is the approach to Potomac Bay and the CU Beach Bar. Now, rumour has it that sometime in the future there's going to be a whopping great marina here. But that's been a rumour since before I moved to Cyprus, and I think over a decade before that. And the story comes up, it never goes away, but it doesn't get past planning. I don't know why, and I don't know if one's needed there, but it keeps on coming up. It's bizarre. Anyway, now we're up to Sandy Bay, and there are a few kites here, but it wasn't a huge deal. They're making good use of the rocks there, and the little beach itself is just down this slope. And here, there are big signs warning you about riptide, and whatever you do, pay attention to those signs, because people have died here in the sea. And it doesn't have to be huge waves. If the underwater current gets you, it can be lethal. So those signs there, they're there for a reason. Anyway, now we're going into St George's Beach, and there's St George's Hotel straight ahead, and the lovely little chapel on the left there. And I have to say I was somewhat taken by surprise at this point. Coming down the hill. Now, already I noticed that there's quite a lot of cars about. Whereas normally this road is empty. So I'll let these two people out. Little thank you flash. And let's go and see what's happening at St George's Beach. I've never seen it like this before. I mean, I've never been here on Green Monday before, because as I said, I normally go over the Agios. But look at that. And there's a lot of barbecues in there. And a fair amount of kite flying. Now you have to be very careful driving through here, because the last thing you want to do is run over someone's kid. And make sure you got good tyres as well, because a couple of people I saw getting stuck, and it was just like loose gravel, but I was okay. But that's St George's Beach. Wins the prize so far for the busiest area. Now we're coming up to Lighthouse Beach. I didn't bother with Venus Beach. There were a fair number of cars there, but it's on the wrong side of the dual carriageway. And by now my enthusiasm for the activities was beginning to wane a bit. So I thought I'd just skip that and come down to see what's happening at Lighthouse Beach. And again, lots of cars where there normally wouldn't be. And you see what I mean about telegraph poles and kites. I thought someone was flying it there, but it's actually stuck in there. I hope they didn't have a nasty bang when that happened. And this was as far as I got with Lighthouse Beach, because it was single file traffic and there was 4 cars trying to come out this way and 1 car going that way, and I just thought, oh, that's enough of that. I then drove around the seafront, just because you all like seeing shots of the seafront. So enjoy this one while I'm here. Looking very nice after all the renovations from last spring. And by now it must be about 20 past 1. And I'm not going to go up to the castle and then there, because I've still got more beaches to go to. So I'll come around the roundabout. Show you the seafront from the other side. Oh, this is the front of it, rather. Doesn't make any sense, that. I meant from this direction. That sounds better. Few dark clouds, but in all of it there was no rain, so everyone will have had a nice green Monday. Now, I could have shown you the film going through Paphos and Bar Street, etc., but I've just jumped instead to Sodat Beach. This was a very quiet area. I think someone was actually walking along the coast path flying a kite. Fair play to them for that. So now we've gone up to the municipal beach and Agios Beach it is. Which is just down here. See if there are any kites being flown here. There's one there you can see. And that's about it. So by now, I was beginning to think I had seen the end of it all. And that St. George's was probably the winner in terms of the popularity. But I thought I'd continue and go to Geroskipou Beach, which is my favourite beach anyway, just because it's at the end of the strip and seems a shame not to. And I noticed as I was approaching Geroskipou Beach that the Luna car park was completely rammed solid. I don't even know if it was. There's a Bounty Castle though there, so I guess it was open. But normally it's not like that at all. And then when I was coming down into Geroskipou Beach and Geroskipou Municipal Beach, the area is just completely wall-to-wall cars, kites and barbecues. I've never seen it this busy, even in the height of summer. Now, on this part of the film, I'm just showing you the route straight ahead of the car. When I get to the end of this road, I stick the camera on the other side of the car and angle it so that you can get a better look at the seaside and the beach. So don't worry if you're missing stuff at the moment. But you can see it's just completely chocker. There are cars everywhere. The car park on the left is completely full. I wonder if anyone was actually swimming though. And look at all those kites. Surprisingly, Peyia Cafe seemed to be closed. I don't know whether it's had a change of ownership or something, or they're renovating it. But I think the Cabana Beach Bar in Mykonos was open. I saw a lot of Rambo's ice cream vans around. and double and triple parking. I just imagine being in one of the cars on the far right of that. You'd have a nightmare getting out. Which is why I say in other films, when you're parking somewhere, always make sure you've got an exit strategy. Because they may all have come as a group and they may all know each other, but I don't know for sure. There's the cabana. And we're coming to the end of Municipal Beach. Lots of impressive kites. And even this far end, which is normally fairly empty, there's barbecues there. You'll see them again soon when I move the camera around. Yeah, even this far end is chock full. And it's lovely to see. People out appreciating nature. And we'll go into this little area on the other side of the roundabout just so I can move the camera around. Taking care not to run over any kids. Right, now we're going to get the slightly odd view. It'll give the impression that I'm about to plough into lots of people on the side, on the pavement or the walking area, but that's not the case. It's just that the way the camera's being positioned on the other side of the car now and angled at 45 degrees. But it gives you a better look of the beach. There's a big kite. Oh, he's taking his barbecue seriously. Let's see if we can see any swimmers as we go past. None so far. I suppose later on in the day when a few people get drunk, you might see some. But if it was like the harbour, there would be loads of swimmers, because that's more tourists who are used to colder climate, whereas the locals, Cypriots, as I said, who still think this is winter, they won't be going swimming in there probably. That was a very big kite that guy had. Look at all those cars though. And there are huge tents and awnings out there. So this is how Cyprus celebrates Green Monday. This is the first time I've seen this clip myself. Because obviously when I'm driving I can't be looking in this direction. Well, for any length of time anyway. It's all very well organised. And what amazes me is how little mess there is. You go back in a day or two, it's like the carnival. I mean, let's get cleared up. Now we're coming up to Agios Beach Bar. I look like a Lucamades cellar back there. And that is just about it. There's the beach bar I mentioned, Agios. So that's how, as I said, Cyprus celebrates Green Monday. I do hope you've enjoyed that film. And you can see also that it does actually get busy in some of the places I filmed in the past. I do tend to try and avoid crowded time just because it can interfere with the flow of the film. But in this case, that was the whole point of the film, just to show how people enjoy themselves. So thanks.